This is Royalty, and this is your loving, gracious, highly favored host, Alex V, the Unproblematic King. Joined as always, we got Denny the God on the pod. How you doing, my G?
I'm good, bro. Watching you struggle for the past 5 minutes.
How the fuck have I been doing this podcast for over 122 episodes, and I fucking, for the life of me, couldn't remember the intro?
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who has you like that, but it's an interesting topic for us to discuss
That's crazy.
because I've never seen you this uh,
It's
unfocused.
off my game,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. It's the intro. I've been saying this shit. Oh my god! Shout out to all our first time listeners, last time listeners, those who listen to the show love, those who listen to the show hate. We appreciate every single one of y'all.
Oh yeah, all of y'all.
Fuck, man, dude. I'm telling you, I have you watched the new Mayans episode?
I have not.
Okay, I haven't either, so we won't talk about
Good.
it
Oh,
yet.
perfect.
But I will say though, the first two episodes are fucking nuts.
They are fucking nuts. I expected it to be intense. I just didn't expect it to be to that degree.
So you already started watching it,
I already finished the two new episodes, just not the most recent one that came out.
dog. The scene in the living room,
Yes.
like I'm writing like a fictional narco story like that painted an insight to me of like the mental manipulation in those types of like scenarios, because like, bro, that shit was hard to watch.
It was. It was. And at least since I have a family, sorry. I didn't mean to laugh like that.
What the fuck?
I'm
Are
sorry.
you childless shaming me?
Since I have a family, like for me, it's like, man, just
Why
shut
you
the
say like, all right, so this is what it's become. I used to like, we used to crack on you for not having a dad. Now I don't have I don't have a family.
exactly how the turntables.
Fair
I'm just
game,
saying,
fair
bro.
game.
But I get the hesitant of him not trying to choose, being hesitant, him not trying to choose who them to kill. But I mean, you got your child right there, with your wife.
That
Nobody's,
was one thing where I was like, dude, like, I'm
you know,
you gotta pick your family, man. Like,
you
you know.
got to, you got to. I mean,
Well, what I thought they were gonna do, we'll talk about this, but like, I thought he was gonna pick his family,
uh-huh.
and then they were gonna open the guy's eyes so he could look at him and then shoot the family and then say, now live with that, and then leave.
I thought so too, but I just thought they wouldn't cross that boundary of shooting an innocent child.
Bro, the way the season has started, I feel like there's no lines that won't be crossed. Like, this shit's gonna be fucked up. And for all right, I won't. I don't want to get too deep into it, but Easy Ray is pissing me off.
He is. He's pissing me off too. It's getting too much to his head. He's trying to. I think he's trying to be something that he knows he can't live up to. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think he can live up to what he expects to be. He's almost creating a fairy tale fantasy, tale that it isn't going to work out for him, and unfortunately, he's going to pay the consequences. I don't know. I feel like Easy might get kicked out the club.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler. So while Creeper is in jail,
Yeah,
they keep on bringing up about the snitch that was in the club,
correct.
and he had asked to find out who the snitch was. A fan theory that I like is that Angel, like, the club's gonna find out, they're all gonna flip on Angel, on Easy, and they're gonna make Angel kill his brother to prove like that he's loyal.
I can see that.
Because in Sons of Anarchy, the story ended when Jax passed away. And if this is a spoiler alert to you, shut the fuck up. You've had years to watch it.
You've had plenty of years. Come on. Another thing, what I'm thinking about too, you have to remember that I forgot his name, but the cartel guy, it was also working with Potter too. So
can we talk about how the Banquero got fucking like fucked? Like, he was supposed to be this like evil dude. He was torturing people, and they didn't do shit with him.
The so-called leader before, I think he's gonna get. I think the confusion. That lady that's looking for these records of saying who is the rat, it isn't gonna lead up to Easy. I think it might lead up to that guy, the cartel dude.
Oh, that'd be you know what? That'd be a good twist.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think we're all expecting it to be Easy.
Yeah, we do expect it, and I think they might do the unexpected, and I think they might, the cards are gonna turn. just because of what the cartel is doing to the Mayans.
Fuck, man.
The cartel is fucking over the Mayans.
We still have to figure out who lit up all the heroin.
They're still trying to figure that out. I feel like it was what's his face, the cartel leader. At first, that was Angel, but I think
a lot of people thought it was Angel at first.
But I think it's the cartel leader. I forgot his name.
Galindo family.
Okay, the Galindo. Galindo, right? So I think it was Galindo the one that burned it because he was there with letting them know we have a bunch of this shit in the warehouse ready for you to throw in the pipeline. So
I mean, that was one way to fuck over Easy for.
Yep. Yeah, remember he's got a vendetta against him. So
I was gonna say, don't you remember in season 1 when Easy had like fucking That's So Raven fucking powers of thinking and shit, of remembering shit, and they never did nothing with it? Like, I feel like that was the most. Here's my thing: after Sons of Anarchy, you're gonna touch on the Mayans, who are a prominent, like, other like motorcycle gang in the show. Like, I would think that they would plan out a season or 2 in advance. Because they dropped that shit so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to rewatch it and just laugh at him going like, "Brain blast." Yeah.
What do you think this season is gonna lead? I know it's the last season, but what do you think it's gonna lead up to?
Trauma.
That's true.
I feel like it's just gonna be so fucked up. Like, I feel like because this show is so much shorter than Sons of Anarchy, they're doing it because it's gonna be a tragic end. Because I feel like them getting rid of El Padrino was like the semblance of them like straying away from God. You know what I mean? So it's like, like, I feel like it's gonna be like they're gonna die, and then fucking El Padrino's gonna. Well, I mean, I hope he doesn't die.
I don't think he's gonna die, to be honest. There's a likelihood of Easy dying instead of El Padrino.
Oh, Easy's. I would bet money that Easy's gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, if there was an over and under, I'd do over.
I'm sure our sportsbook might. I don't know if they'll have that, but yeah.
Well, yeah. So I don't know. I hope it leads to more. I do want to see more of this. Of the Sons of Anarchy and as well as Mayans. I do want to see more of it. So hopefully, it's not the end of this beautiful story. Traumatic, but beautiful still.
Yeah. All right, man. In other news, the tragic passing of Jacky O, former Wild 'N Out girl, DC Young Fly's baby mother and girlfriend. She passed away during like a procedure known as like a mommy makeover. So I am not completely familiar with what that is. So that's why like I have this video prepped. But like all these surgeries, man, like I feel like there's so many risks to these that like I don't know if people who are going after the surgery really think about it. So this is a TMZ clip.
So, but you're talking about lifting a butt. Why is that so dangerous?
And also, the thing I was thinking is that the Brazilian butt lift has been around for a long time.
Explain the danger here.
It's extraordinarily dangerous. It turns out it's the most dangerous, not only plastic surgery procedure, it's the most dangerous operation there is with the highest fatality rate. And I'll tell you why. You take fat from one part of your body, typically the abdomen, you process it, and you inject in the buttock. Sounds easy, right? The problem is there's these very small little veins in the buttock that lead directly to the vena cava, which is the major blood vessel that brings blood back from your body to your heart, to your lungs. If you get fat in those little vessels and it gets in the main vena cava and goes to your lungs, it's over. It's the most fatal operation there is. And I would advise there are other ways to get a full buttock besides that.
I had no idea it was like that. Holy shit.
I didn't know either. I really thought it was really easy just transferring fat, like how he said. So
because I had heard that like lipo could be dangerous if it's not done correctly, but like, I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, and we have to think about it too. This is an individual who is in that celebrity list, whether it's A, B, D, or whatever, and they have access to those better doctors, surgeons that can do the process with little to no risk, right? So it's an eye opener for sure. With condolences to the DC family and to her family as well. It's a tremendous loss to them, to the kid as well, and rest in peace. So it's unfortunate. So hopefully with this, it makes people, an eye opener in a sense where they at least go through the process of doing their own research and not going in there so blindly, So seeing what other options there is, I think it'll rest the mind of not only them but also the loved ones because of, according to this doctor, the high fatality rate of this procedure. So
Plastic surgery is so glamorized that like we forget like that it's not always like the smooth process.
yeah,
Like,
that is true. I mean, plastic
I mean,
surgery is
damn.
like a thing that everybody needs to have. Everybody needs to do, just because they want to look a certain way. It's just Hollywood has definitely had their hands in the jar, in the sense where I feel like they peer pressure a lot of people into making you look something, so that way you fit the scene that's going on. It's almost like a trend, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. Man, I'm just thinking about those poor kids, man. Like
Yeah.
her last story was like her like with her little babies, just like hanging out, man. Fucking tragic, man. Look, DC doesn't owe us a statement, but I feel like the fact that we haven't seen anything from him, it's just like fuck, man. I'm praying for him.
Yeah, he's going through it. He's definitely going through it, and all we can do is just hope that he's stays strong for his kids, for himself.
Yeah, man. So our thoughts and prayers to DC Young Fly and Jacky's family. Fuck, man.
What would you do in a position if your significant other wanted to do the mommy makeover?
I would definitely want to talk about like what the risks are, what's the care after, inform them. Like, I mean, ultimately, dude, I mean, any type of surgery, you're risking your life, whether even if it being for something that benefits you. So just understanding the risks and trusting the process. But I mean, damn, man. I mean, I know a few people that have had like procedures and stuff, but like I said, I had no idea genuinely that it was this dangerous. Like,
I didn't know that either.
Fucking crazy, bro.
So it makes me really think. I know a lot of people like going to Mexico because the doctors out there, the surgeons out there, I guess they're saying they're a little bit better out there. Also, it's less cost. The cost is less.
Significantly less, dude. I remember like meeting this couple from Canada that they flew out to TJ when we were there.
Oh, wow.
And he was saying that they flew out here to get a mommy makeover.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I heard, and like from what I heard, like the hospital is kind of sketchy. Like it's not like it doesn't make you feel comfortable walking in there. Like you're like, oh damn, I'm having it here.
Yeah, that's the problem, because there's a lot of things that can go south, especially with certain areas, So it's a risk, but at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta, all you can really do is just talk to your significant other that wants a procedure done. Talk to them, let them know about the consequences. But it really is up to them. You can't really control anybody. If they really want it, then you have to go to
get it.
And just just support them, man. That's the minimum, the bare minimum that you can do. But yeah, man, if Diane ever came up to me, I definitely would want to go through the full process of going to several doctors, going to several places, just to give me more of a peace of mind for her to fully understand the process of this procedure and as well as the risks, So I'm never gonna control what she does. If she still wants to do it, then I'm all there for her.
Next topic on the docket, Rory, which we talked about the album the last 2 weeks with my songs of my RoyalTea Radio Track of the Week. So his album had a concept to it that I wanted to dig into it. So I'm just gonna play the promo that he had put out just to kind of set the stage for this conversation.
It's called I Thought It'd Be Different is the name of the actual project. You have a lot of arrogance, I feel like, in your 20s. You really think you can plan, God willing, the next 50 years of your life. And I don't know where that arrogance comes from. I don't know if it's maybe like a naive thing, but it hit me in like a really wild way coming out of my 20s. When I was making this album, I had lost pretty much everything I had worked for. Palooza was gone. With that left a bunch of friends. A podcast I had built was now gone. That left with friends. It's like everything I had known since I was 20 was gone. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, some things can just end. It's great to get toxicity out of your life. It's great to move on from things. It's great to accomplish things and then leave them the fuck alone. But it never really addresses that hole that it may leave. Even though toxicity was there, it was something that was keeping you whole. And I feel like I used this album in that time kind of as like a way to fill that void, because all I had known for my 20s was just constantly filling voids of things that I thought brought me fulfillment. And I think it's really important to leave people in certain eras. I follow the meme pages too. But when you have to leave yourself in a certain era and start from scratch as who you are, it's a really odd transition, because I could always go find a new career. But I spent the last 10 years making my career myself. So when that's gone, it's like, fuck. And that's where the album title came from. I just hope I'm correct.
Damn. That's a real breakthrough right there, man.
I mean, like, just think about it, man. Like, you're 18, fresh out of high school, and like you're thinking about what your 20s are, man. Like, I thought at 25 I'd be married.
You know, and here you are.
Here come the jokes. Here come the jokes.
At 29, going to 30, bro. Still wishing for the. You know what? Let's sign you up for
Single.
Let's sign you up for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That's fucking nuts. Fuck you.
Bro, that is the pod title.
Fuck, man.
But yeah, man, this is very deep and personal for Rory. I have something aside, at least for I've never seen from him, and I can feel it in the music, that the album that he came out with, because it's so. I felt it was very personal, despite of the toxic twist on some of the songs. It was there. The emotion was there. I felt like there was a lot of focus, a lot of passion made into the music, to production side. So after hearing this, and then kind of after going through the album a couple of times, I can see it connects. It definitely does connect. So kudos to Rory. I mean, that was a great album.
I mean, when he was talking about like the things that he had built in his 20s that he thought he would still have in entering it like in his 30s, I mean, you think about Duce Palooza, that even back when it was Henny Palooza, I went to a Henny Palooza.
Did you? That makes a lot of sense.
I know, here it comes. But like it was just a great time. It was definitely like the ways in which they incorporated the party scene into like an event. Like, I mean, it was awesome, man. And they they ended up fucking filling up the Barclays in Brooklyn, like to have this type of shit. Like, and they have like real artists pull up, like all the Duce you want, or depending on what plan you got. But I mean, shit, man. The only thing I regret is not hitting one of the summer ones in New York, because I feel like the videos of that shit was fucking nuts. Like, I was damn, man.
New York, you say, huh?
Don't do that. No. You getting the wine?
I'm just saying. So New York, okay. It was definitely that makes sense, right? He's from New York, okay. I'm just trying to connect the pieces. That's all, Alex. It's definitely a Patreon conversation to have. You know,
New York.
Yeah, right. The heart of New York. You definitely left one out there.
That's hilarious. But yeah, man. I mean, think about it, dude. Like, I was coming out of high school. I didn't even have a girlfriend like at the time, so it wasn't even like I was like, oh, I'm gonna marry this chick. It's just like I was like, oh, like, you know, the way life will progress, it'll be a certain way. I mean, the one thing that I will say that I did do, but not in the way I thought I would do it. Like, I built myself a career, but I didn't do it the way that I had planned in my 18s.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I had plans of my initial plan was go to school, follow the program, get training, and then fucking end up at like Pixar or Disney, but in like the corporate side.
Oh, okay.
That was the plan. But like, you know, ultimately, you know where I ended up and the opportunity that I found there and the opportunity that I helped create. But it's like think about the people that you hung out with at 18 and the people you hang out with today. It's like you didn't necessarily think they weren't going to be a part of your lives. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about like the outside friends. I'm talking about the people that were your people. Like, there's a lot of people that were my people that like it's all love, but like we just don't talk, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like a lot of it has to do with people can't grasp that once you graduate from high school, your friends that you've made there, that connection gets lost when it comes to being an adult. You know, people go on with their lives. So I feel like you also we have to restart at the age of 18 and figure your shit out from there. So a lot of what you thought was gonna happen after graduating high school and turning 18 and going into college or going into that adulthood phase, people get lost and people got to regroup and figure out what's the next move, you know? So now they have a new plan because that old plan while in high school didn't go as planned because certain friends weren't going to be there anymore. So certain goals and dreams that you've made with these friends aren't there anymore, you know? Because let's be honest, I don't know how many times that I've had conversations with friends and yeah, we're gonna do this and that together, and then the day comes and now my friends over there in Oklahoma, you know, going to college, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely it definitely does take you off what your vision is, and having to regroup and try to recreate that same vision with new people or even by yourself. It's definitely a challenge. And I always try to tell my brother and others as well that once you get out of high school, it's all about focusing just on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll notice that little by little, those friends you've made in high school, they go on their own way. And the only reason why is because they're worrying about themselves, and you have to do the same thing too. You have to worry about yourself. You can't just wait on friends in order for you to accomplish your goals. At the end
Oh,
of the day,
100%. I feel like that happens a lot.
it does. And I think at the end of the day, the only person that's going to feed you is yourself. So focus on you. If you can keep your friends through the through that career through that path that you're creating for yourself, even better. But don't be afraid to be by yourself, doing this on your own, and just worrying about your damn self. And I think that's what people are so afraid of because they've always had those friends at a young age, always there at every step, at every moment. That's what we've had. That's what we have childhood friends. Because they were
Yeah.
always there, and losing that, I think it does put some type of guard up. Builds a wall. You're afraid to cross that or jump over the bridge, jump over the wall, whatever, right?
Jump
So
over the bridge. All right, Denny. What happened in your 20s?
a lot. Let me tell you a lot. So, but yeah, man. So I think that's part of it too. And I think when I got out of high school, well, I never graduated. I got my GED because I had a kid at a very young age.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter's 12, so I had her as soon as I turned 18. So I was still a junior in high school. So I had to get my GED, drop out of continuation school, and work. My first job was at a nightclub. And then I got another.
Oh, that's the Sepulveda era.
yeah. That's exactly where it came from. And then I was working a daytime job at Target. So I was holding down two jobs. So a lot of what I thought I'd be doing, my goal was always to be involved in the music industry. Whether I was in production, engineering, whether I was creating the stage, whatever it was, I wanted to be in the music because I just had so much love and passion for it that I just wanted to be just around that atmosphere, right? That world. But having a kid, those sometimes you got to put those dreams on hold. So I just started working, and then I think without having experience, without having a diploma, with not being able to finish through college, I had to figure out another way to get into a corporate atmosphere because I felt like that was, in my opinion, probably one of the better courses in a career in a sense, right? I done sales. So sales is great, but it's sometimes it gets complicated, when it's just all commission and you got mouths to feed, not including your own. So sales was one thing I did start with, and I loved it. It's just once these companies got stingy and not wanting to pay an hourly rate with the commission, which was a fucking phenomenal thing. It got a little complicated on my side just because I have to, I have responsibilities and I need something for sure. So I chose the corporate side, and I always told myself if I'm gonna start in the rock bottom, I'm gonna find my way to get out of this goddamn uniform or whatever I'm wearing to be in my own office. So a lot of grinding a lot of changing plans, a lot of adjusting to what society is and to what I envision myself in the next 5-10 years. Every single time that I grow, that I get older and older. Still 20, still 30. Alex, relax yourself, okay? So, but yeah, man. So I, like how Roy said, I thought it'd be different. I definitely did. But the beauty of life and the beauty of self development is always recollecting and readjusting. So,
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of times people get all up in arms about like, oh man, we were so close in high school. It's like I don't think people understand that a lot of the times the close bonds you build is based on vicinity, like that you're around each other, you're at the same school at the same time for the same amount of time, and yeah, you will grow a bond. But like if there's nothing connecting it after, like in college, if you don't go to the same college, if you don't have the same like social plans, like yeah, like you will eventually grow apart, and that's okay. It just they were a part of that phase of your life. And that's I think one of the things that I struggled with early on in my 20s is like understanding that there's some people you're gonna not leave behind, but you're gonna go in a different route.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's like I have people like Medina, Rigo. I mean, obviously Edwin's family, but like people that like I've kept. We've been together throughout the entire time, but there's people that have fallen off, joined, and then followed off, and it's one of those things where like you really don't take into account the loss of people, not because you don't value them, but because you realize like they were really just like they were just put in this place for this moment. Like me and Edwin had a conversation about that last night, like impromptu. He didn't know we were having this conversation, and we were talking about somebody that like we don't talk to anymore. Like who they were like he was a good friend, but like ultimately like it just who he was associated with and all that. Like he picked this route, and his route wasn't with us, and that's okay.
it is okay.
No hate, but like
No.
it's understanding that like even though people can be good, they're not good for your story, or they're not good for your road.
Yeah, there's such thing as a temporary fill, and
Nah, that's not how you said that. That's crazy.
there is such thing as a temporary fill. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look, like I said, the beauty about life and the beauty about being an adult is the ability to outgrow people, right? And outgrowing doesn't always have to have a negative remark, right? And I think throughout my years in my 20s that I did outgrow a lot of my close friends, and I've seen them outgrow those other friends we hung around with, which is I think is beautiful because they're able to finally figure out who they really are, who they really want to be, and that's all you really want as a friend, regardless whether you're there to the process or not. So no, not everybody is going to be with you forever. The only one that would, not even your partner is going to be with you forever because you didn't meet them until a certain age, right, Alex?
Yeah, you know what? Is this how it feels when we crack on you for having a dad?
You
This
know
is
what? Yeah,
crazy.
it
This
does.
is crazy.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. No.
Damn, man.
Yeah, man.
Wait till the group chat hears this one.
What do you think? What was your thought process? What did you feel when you were listening to I Thought It Was Different from Rory?
So there was a thought that that I really felt where it's like about the time when you almost feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I had two separate periods of time where like I really didn't, not that I didn't fuck with anybody, but like I put my head down and I was grinding, and it wasn't like I wasn't hanging out with people because I didn't want to. It was because like I'm trying to accomplish certain things, and respectfully, like I just got to put my head down and like go through it. And like just the darkness that you can get into in your own mind, and how you can look at a situation in hindsight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I did that, but fuck, was that taking a mental toll on me? Like, I mean, dude, like the craziest thing for me in my 20s is like how I developed into like a bit of a workaholic. So I feel like in my 30s, like one of my goals is to learn how to like stop and enjoy the now, because I don't think I do that enough. I think I a lot of people tell me this, but like I feel like I don't make time for myself because I'm always thinking of the next move, like the next way to get like the next bag, the next way to, start this new opportunity. Like I'm always thinking about that, and it's like, stop and smell the roses. I don't do that. I really don't, and that's like a really bad habit that I have to get out of, because what's the point of working so hard and building everything and getting all these assets to just not enjoy it? Am I gonna slave away my entire life? Like that's that mentality that like I'm trying to understand, and it's like in my 20s, like, I did have my little like fuckhead phase where I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And I had a crazy wake up call that altered like my brain chemistry to like where now I feel like I overcompensate by going crazy on the hours because I don't want to fall behind from my vision plan. Like again,
No, I feel you.
And understanding too that like timelines, like, like the whole concept of the album, like it's not always going to be the way you think it is, and even though you have a plan, it could go a million different ways.
Yeah, and that's life for you right there. With your ability of just focusing on just you, right? Do you think that had some type of a negative impact when it came to finding, going through the motions of dating, of talking to somebody? I feel like when you're really focused on just you kind of close the curtains on certain paths, on certain whatever can create for you for the next phase. Do you think that happened to you through the process of 20s?
Yeah, I definitely think that in my tunnel vision, I did kind of like that was one of the quote unquote mental, like whether I did it subliminally or on purpose or however it transpired, but like I really do feel like I put my love life on the backside. And you know what I mean? Like, like songs like I Want You But You'll Never Know and like Not Me.
Yeah.
Like on the album, like, like you meet people that like see this in you, and in the time that they meet you, you're not ready or you're not interested in like pursuing those types of like relationships. And it's like, it's like that song is like, oh, you think you think that you're my Cinderella, but like it's not me.
You see, and Not Me I can relate to too, because like for me it's like I think I've gotten to relationships because I just needed quote unquote a temporary
fill. That might be the pod title, dog.
That might be. I'm gonna have to definitely do that. And hearing that song, it made me reflect, and it just made me be like, damn, like I really went out my way to find something just to kind of have, just to be there, just because something wasn't fulfilling what I needed in my life at that moment, and I just made like a drastic decision to involve this person, right? And I feel like I let on these people to paint a picture of something that was never going to be a reality, and Not Me is definitely, it wasn't me, as you can tell.
It's funny how we had like similar situations where we acted very differently, because like whereas in you like do the temporary fill in like the relationship way, like I think I would just inadvertently like close off, you know what I mean? Like I would start it would be like, oh man, I see something could be here, but then like it never developed in my brain, so I just never was like pursuing it, so I didn't go about it that way. But like, yeah, man, like I don't think I like missed out on anything. I feel like everything's happening the way it's supposed to. I feel like it's supposed to go this way, so you can keep on cracking on me about not finding love. That the end of that reel, dog, was nuts. The reel I'm talking about is when I think we were talking about like baggage and stuff, and it's like, oh, like your girl not wanting you to do a podcast with Denny, and then Denny's like, or like not being able to find love, and I was like, yo, I thought we were having fun. I didn't even take a shot, like, but like
I was having fun too. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I wish that you hopefully soon, and when I mean soon, by like tomorrow, you run to the
tomorrow.
I hope so, bro, because I'm just tired. I'm tired of not being able to go on double dates, Alex. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. Me and Diane,
y'all can't hang out with me, just me. Nah, I get it.
No, you should get it because you put yourself under fire.
No.
Do you remember that?
First of all, Diane, I was just being honest, and you want me not to be honest?
Look, you know what? When me and you make an album,
Everyone agreed with me. Everyone. Here's the thing. Here's the fucked up part about that scenario. Now with that Patreon, for sure, we're gonna talk about that. Like that conversation at that party.
Mhm.
But like everyone agreed with me. It's just y'all just don't want to say it in that manner. It's just I'm a lot more blunt when it comes to that. Like I'm like, yeah.
Look. You said the pussy was dry. I get it.
I didn't say that. That's crazy. Don't put that on my neck.
We're not definitely not gonna put it on your neck, Alex. But
pause. Hey yo.
But no, I get you. I feel you, bro. You know, sometimes
I know you get me. Temporary Phil Poppy over there.
Sometimes, Alex.
Not no more. You know, Diane. He's a changed man.
This is a permanent Phil. At the end of the day, she threatened me. It's fine. That's okay. As long
y'all
as
y'all about that life. You know, you want her to hit you with the comal.
Yeah, she definitely told me if I ever leave her, she's chopping off my balls. And I told her, can you at least suck him one more last time before you do it?
That's love right there, man.
Please, you know.
Hey, man, that type of love. Some people, you know, they get scared of that. I mean, I've had listeners reach out. I'm like, yo, is Denny like in danger? Like, no, he's fine. Trust me, he's fine.
In danger. I am.
He likes pain.
Exactly. What Dr. Dre did to that home, I am the fucking little gas tank. That's all I am. I'm just helping him. That's all. That's all it is. I'm not sure if that analogy went through, but that's what
I think that went over a lot of people's heads.
I think so too. I think so too. Or maybe it just didn't make any sense. But you know what? But anyway, you know, back to I thought it was different, right? Now that you're almost 30, right? You're not too far away, to be honest.
6 months, baby. 6 months, 10 days, or
damn,
3 days. 3 days because this drops in a week.
You really count like that, huh?
Well, I just saw what the date was.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Just shut up, man. I ain't counting down my birthday, man. I just looked at the calendar right there.
I'm just saying,
that's easy math.
That's crazy. Hey, that's not easy math for everybody else, Alex. Okay,
y'all can't count.
People are gonna be like, "Damn, this home is really counting his days."
Counting my days, fuck y'all.
You know, since you're almost peaking 30, right? What would you tell yourself? What would you tell your 18-year-old self? How to move? You know, what to do when it comes to certain circumstances, when it comes to friends, even family, right? Relationships. Like, what would you tell your younger self?
Embrace the change. Don't fight what's going on. It may feel like it shouldn't be going this way. It may feel like, damn, like, you know, this relationship shouldn't end this way. That friendship shouldn't end this way. That's the opportunity shouldn't have gone that way. But everything, I genuinely believe everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And you got to stay patient and you got to like stop, analyze, and then react. Because, you know, I used to be like quick hitter. Like I would just react and deal with the consequences later. And that was one of my really bad habits early on, you know, and you know, as a young man, like you're not always emotionally mature to handle certain situations, and then you go about it the wrong way. But all those scenarios made me who I am today, and I'm telling you, man, like this sounds crazy as hell, but I feel like I'm like the best version of myself, and like,
of course,
like all jokes aside about the dating thing, like I feel like I'm in the best position for myself now to like look at that differently than I did in my 20s. Because in my 20s, man, I don't think I'd be in this career situation if it wasn't for my sacrifices on that side of like just going ham on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can look at like making my 30s, like when I start focusing on myself, like the 20s for me were definitely the rise and grind, and my 30 to 40s, I'm hoping it's like stop and smell the roses, you know, like reap the fruits of my labor.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that, bro.
I mean, I feel like a bad bitch in my new car already, you know?
You definitely.
Did you see my new car on Thursday?
I didn't. You hid it from me like my dad hid himself from me.
That stuck with me. By the way, we stopped at Applebee's to get more beer.
Did you guys really?
Yeah, it like we were just like, hey, fuck it, let's go.
You guys are fucking nasty. Applebee's?
Yeah, just for we each chugged the Modelo and dipped.
You guys just went there for one Modelo?
And just dipped, yeah.
Damn, you guys move nasty too.
It felt a little nasty to go to Applebee's for one drink, yeah.
Yeah, you know. I mean, there's bars there. There's what's that bar called?
No, the bars of Cameo I ain't trying to go to.
Really? Who are you gonna run into, Alex?
Well, hold on. Does Camera really have bars? I mean, the
Mhm.
spots I tell you about are a little more on the nicer side, but like I don't
There's
think
a
they
bar.
would be open that late.
What's it called? There's one. This the same one that's in Newbury that closed down.
I don't know, and I don't want to announce a bar and be judged because I know that bar exists.
That bar. I've been to that bar. What are you judging me for, Alex?
I judge myself.
That's fair.
You're talking about Outlaws?
Outlaws. Damn, bro.
That bar is nuts, dog.
The fuck are you going to the boonies?
Dude, I remember one time, I think it was for Medina's birthday, like after we had hit the bars and it was super late and we're like, let's just get another drink.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, someone was passed out on the bar. Like people were getting like, you know, you're watching the dudes, like the young dudes that are like fucking bodyguarding their girl. Like if someone's actually trying to take them, it's like, nah, my G, that's yours. Ain't nobody want a piece.
You know, I saw a video. Speaking of a guy guarding his girl, right? I saw a video of this young man in Vegas, right? You know, standing around his girl in the pool. They're inside the pool, right? And
Oh, I know what you're talking about, dog. She's supposed to
and,
streak.
yep, and she's over here looking at the guy, right? I fucking him, almost wanted to peg him, right? And this guy,
You peg him?
no,
Just
no,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Don't do that. And this guy wrote something on his phone, right? And it said, like, wink at me if you want me. And the dude was holding his girl, right? He was holding her. And his face was facing the opposite direction. Her face was facing the dude. And she fucking read the message and winked at him. No, can we have a conversation about how us men should tell each other that their girl is a fucking hoe?
How would you want to go about that? Like, we don't have to worry about that with you, but like, let's pretend 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You didn't know Diane 5 years ago, right? I'm not stepping on any toes.
No, I didn't know her 5 years ago.
Okay, so let's say 5 years ago you're dating.
Well, I don't want to say that. No, because she's gonna listen to this.
Dating her. No, you were
Okay,
dating her. No,
yeah,
you just. You're like what, 2 years in? A year in?
Yeah.
So like, let's say 5 years ago you were dating Thadiana Marie.
Why'd you have to do that?
Because I have to make it obvious. I can't say her name because then Diane's gonna look at both our followers and be like, "Yo, who's this?"
Well, she's gonna be like, "Oh, so you're a whore." She thought that makes sense.
She knew. Like, come
All
on, man! Look. Here's the thing.
You're a whore.
There's an entire podcast where like people could really listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, you're a fucking whore. If there was a hole right next to you, you'd be in it.
That's fucking yo, come on. Now you're supposed to be my guy, man. Why are you trying to do that to me?
Oh, sorry. I mean, women love whores. Come on.
I'm a child of God. So, like, how would you want me to tell you your girl's a hoe? Like, what would be your preferred method? Because for me, it would just be like in my current mental state, like I'd be like, just tell me. Oh, she is? Cut that out. But let's position this back in our early 20s where we weren't so emotionally mature. Because here's the thing, like someone could tell you your girl's a hoe, and you're like, nah, man, she's friendly. You know those guys.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
There's so many times where like we'd be out and like this guy's like, oh fuck. It's a Patreon story, but like I felt so bad for this guy because like he was like, no, my girl would never. I'm like, she's making out with Rob. Like, what are you doing?
I don't like me personally. What's your interpretation of friendly?
No, in this scenario, I'm talking about like just straight up being disrespectful.
Oh, okay, yeah, no,
yeah. I'm not talking about like being nice to your fucking friends.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm talking about like, oh hey, Denny. Oh my god, I really enjoy you on the podcast with Alex. Like, but like when there's like the subtle tone, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You've done that tone before.
Me? Never.
Just kidding, Ight. He has no idea how to do any of that. No. He's been reprogrammed. Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Just reprogram stuff right now. All right. Honestly, I back then I'd be like, okay, how? And if they tell me how and I don't like it, all right, go ahead. And if you want her, this she is, and I'll make my way out. And now, when I mean by that, I mean by who's next. Because to this day, bro, I live by that. Is like, I honestly would never put myself in a position where I am a complete wreck because a relationship didn't work out, because my significant other cheated on me, did me wrong, whatever, right? I would never want to be in that position because I have other people who are accounting for me and are depending on me for me to stay strong, to keep the ball rolling, right? I can't afford to be in a sense in a drought. I can't afford to be in that position because there's just so much more that's not always about me. I gotta keep it moving forward. And at the end of the day, there's always more people out there.
Oh
That's
hell
what people,
yeah!
people
People be
don't
acting like your little community bubble is like the only women
know,
pool you
man.
could get into,
Trust
man.
me,
There's a lot of women out there, man.
there's a lot of women, there's a lot of men out there. Don't fall in that position where you don't think you can find anybody else. Shut the fuck up. There's plenty of fucking people out there that are better. All right, in every single way. Okay, tighter, bigger, whatever. Right. At the end of the day, the person that you allegedly gave everything to them, and then they fucking backstabbed you. They're not the best thing in the world. Okay, they're just a temporary fill.
It's like that phrase, that the saying of mejor sola que mal acompañada. Like I here's my thing, and I've said this on the pod before, and I know like I get killed for it, but like if if I got to a certain age and I didn't have like somebody who I wanted to invest in, like I'd adopt. Like I'm not gonna let the like
You don't want to see it coming out of the panini.
I'm not gonna force a relationship to be a father. Like if that doesn't happen, like I'm okay with adopting. Like I'd be okay with it even if I had a significant other. Like I'd be okay with adopting. So it's like I'm not gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all kill my my fatherhood, because I genuinely want to be a dad. Hey, fuck you, man. What do you look at the clock for?
I'm just saying, Alex, time's ticking, bro. Time's ticking.
No, it's not, man. I have a baby at 65.
That's true. You're gonna be like, what's his face?
Al Pacino, or no?
Pacino?
What's his
75
name?
years old, having a fucking a baby with a 28-year-old. Hey,
29, dog.
29. Sorry, I apologize, bro. But yeah, man. And this is what is beautiful about life. There's so much more out there, you guys. And
Yeah, man.
Stuff in that box. I don't know how many times we have this conversation, but we've had this several times. And the people that can't leave toxicity, fucking find a way to get away from that person.
You have to have a real conversation with yourself, man, because like you have to stop being okay with being embarrassed, because bro, like you know what she's doing, and you're gonna be like, oh, but like she comes home to me. I think that's the most coping answer to like why you're like accepting really shitty behavior. Like, yeah, but they come home to me. It's like, but he definitely temporarily filled his way throughout his entire day, and then came to you and like, oh, you my only fill.
Yeah, he definitely had a couple cream pies and came back home to you.
He definitely knocked somebody up and then came and said, I only want to have a baby with you.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's a crazy.
Man, the streets is nuts, man.
It is nuts. How does it feel, Alex?
I gotta stop doing the man. I give myself away.
You do. But your final thoughts on I thought it was different. Actually, let me share something before that, right? Because I know I asked you. So 20-year-old me. 20-year-old me, Alex. Okay.
Yeah, I was so over being the nasty man. After giving the work, after supporting single mothers.
I think I definitely would tell myself to not be afraid. There was a lot of
take the whole thing. Bite the pillow, Denny.
Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever say that.
I know Medina gonna text me like, "Yo, Alex, you fucking nuts for that."
You're fucking insane, bro. Look, at the end of the day, we respect anybody who bites the fucking pillow.
Yeah,
if you bite the pillow, whether willingly or not, well, that sounds crazy. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh man, shout out to Denny, man, for setting up the people for biting the pillow, man.
Anyway, but we love everybody, whether you bite the pillow or not. Um,
How we go to nasty from wholesome so
I don't
quick
fucking
every
know.
time.
We flip the script so many times, like how you flip the script on your woman. But
Just go ahead. I'm not even gonna question it.
As I was saying, I think if I was telling my 20-year-old self, yeah, definitely don't be afraid. There was a lot of career opportunities, a lot of chances I could have taken to at least go through the moment and experience what that felt like. And now that I'm 30 and not and still trying to figure out whether to take the opportunity, I would rather fail through the process than be at this point and still have that gut feeling of hey, you should have taken that opportunity. You should have at least tried it, see how far you can get. And I think a lot of the being afraid was a lot of insecurities because like I said on the podcast when we were talking about the whole missing father figure, I was batting a lot of insecurities. I was really going through it even still through that time, even having my first child. You know, battling through the struggles of insecurities and as well as being afraid, it definitely took a toll. And I just wish I was just a little bit stronger just to kind of fight through it and just take those chances.
Yeah, man. That's the thing too, is you looking at hindsight, you're like, damn, that would have been an awesome opportunity. But like in the moment, like it's daunting. The risks involved, like you don't know what the outcome is, so you don't know if you're gonna put yourself or your family in a vulnerable position. So yeah, man. But it's all a learning lesson, man. Everything makes us a better version of ourselves, or as long as you make it that way. But I'm gonna make this one joke before we get just to kind of like fuck up your seriousness. Like since I played catch with my dad, would you like throw it at the wall and then catch it back?
You know what, bro? You know what's crazy about that? Since I was a goalkeeper at for soccer. In order for me to get the extra training, I would actually throw the ball against the wall and I would catch it or block it.
Well, no, that's definitely like a training method. Like I'm not saying.
No, it is. But since I didn't have a father figure to fucking train me, I did it myself.
God's plan.
God's plan, low key, bro, low key.
Oh man,
yeah, I'm still. I actually threw the frisbee last weekend across the grass, and I was hoping somebody would throw it back, but it never happened.
You have a daughter.
Yeah, but you know what? I was hoping my dad brought the milk back.
It's all spoiled. Man, this podcast is gonna make some money, and then your dad's gonna come back and be like, "Oh my god, the line was crazy."
Yeah.
Can I hold the dollar?
Oh.
Hey, you gonna pay me back? Hey, you gonna pay me back for this milk? I got it for you.
Low key. Imagine the audacity. I think I'd punch him.
Well, like imagine let's say it becomes a podcast that generates enough money where we're chilling, and imagine your dad tries to come back and he's like, "Oh, let me produce."
Nah, fam, you're good. Honestly, I think the first on a real note, I think I'd tell my dad to fix his relationship with my older brother. Once he does that, he can fix it. Once he does that, he can fix the relationship with me. But
I like that. Yeah, no, that's it's crazy when you think about the fractured relationships in families and what it takes to bring it together, or what it's destroying. And we should do this on Patreon. I would share it on there before we go, so we can go deeper into that. But it's crazy watching what it takes for family to unite. And that's one of the things I talked about with Jessica and my other cousins about let's get together more, let's spend more time together, let's it's a blessing to have a big family. Dog, we got fucking drunk on Easter, dog. I was hungover on the Monday after Easter. I was fucking pounding alcohol. We were all drinking like crazy, and we played telephone with our family.
Damn, okay.
And my dad is like me, where he's just an asshole, and he's just like I could be like, the sweater is purple, the vagina is blue, and he'll just fucking just change it to just fucking make it nasty. And I'm like, come on, Dad.
That makes sense. Yeah, see, this is
you see where I get my humor?
Correct.
Our collab produced album should be like the Nasty Boys. Oh man, no, but I definitely would like to explore that opportunity if we could get that chance of co-producing like a project
Absolutely.
like the way Rory did.
On the side note, I've been fucking around with GarageBand, which isn't it's a decent program to start with, right? And going back to the conversation of trying, I'm actually now finally trying to like get into the production side of making beats when it comes to music and all that. So I'm definitely exploring like Dora, and hopefully,
Oh yeah,
don't do that.
Is that and Diego? That's crazy because they're cousins.
Look at you. Is that what you guys do in Camarillo?
You ever seen Family Guy when Stewie was writing like is it called erotica, where you like make like sexual version stories of like of like a regular show? So he's like, fuck, let me find it and play it, because I feel like if I just describe it, it sounds disgusting.
Rupert, what do you think of this fan fiction I wrote? Diego pressed Dora against the wall, her bosom heaving, her hot Latina breath on his face. Diego was going to do the exploring. Whew, just reading it. Muy caliente.
Bro, that's nasty. Hot Latina breath?
Muy caliente.
Bro, this fool said hot Latina breath.
What the fuck is he? Crazy. What is he talking about? Like our women?
It's fucking Latinas are crazy. They're evil.
They're good evil.
They are good evil.
They're good evil, man.
They're a challenge. I like a challenge.
Yeah, man.
I like a challenge. I like being socked, you know?
I mean, I hear about like what like our coworker went through with like a white wife, and it's like, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo.
Getting fed raw chicken, you know, that's a whole new degree of cannibalism.
It's a different type of white meat right there.
That's what I'm saying. Shit, bro. Hey,
she was making a medium rare, dog. We just don't see the vision.
Right, that's what you call medium rare, huh? Shit. All right, bro.
Ew, don't make that sexual.
I'm not making the sexual. I'm just saying that's what you call medium rare. I mean,
that's why you're a nasty man, because everything you say could be disgusting. All right, man. That's gonna wrap it up for episode 123. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Oh, I'm stumbling through everything, man. I'm tired, man. Don't say a word.
That's all right. How many? Never mind. I'm not gonna go to that degree.
No, don't. You're canceled. You know what, dude? My RoyalTea Radio Track of the Week this week. You know, it's a first timer.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever been on a RoyalTea Radio track, not even as a feature.
Okay.
So this is one of the songs on the Harlow project that I actually enjoy listening to in the car.
Let me guess.
Which one do you think it is?
The one with Drake.
No. I'm talking about like the new album.
Oh,
no.
I completely forgot you had a fucking new album out.
It's not a bad album.
No, it's not.
I want to live with it a little more, but like I found this song and let me know what you think. But this is Jack Harlow. Is that Ight?
Mm.
No airports and no flights. That's how I want to live my life. Is that Ight? 10 girlfriends and no wife. That's how I want to live my life. Is that Ight? No sport cars and no ice. Okay, maybe a little ice. We all got a little vice. No selfies, just say hi. I'm so healthy, alive. 4L, we them same guys. Equity for my dogs. Only time you see gang signs. I'm looking to change lives. I already changed mine. Our ambition just ain't the same size. You pint size motherfuckers watching my paint dry in real time. Telling yourself it just takes time. The time's now. Stop waiting for the inspiration. They say it's a flaw being impatient, but no airports and no flights. That's how I want to live my life. Is that Ight? No retweets and no likes. That's how I want to live my life. Is that Ight? No breakups and no fights. Okay, maybe a few fights. We all gotta choose sides. No selfies, just say hi. I'm so healthy, alive. 4L, we them same guys. I just want peace, I don't want no smoke. And I don't wanna go to One Oak, I just wanna go home. And I don't want no free jewelry, I don't want promo. I've been on the road since I turned 1-0 show. 100 people on set, used to be one go pro. My dad knows a lot of things that his son don't know, but he ain't been to all the places that his son gon' go. No airports and no flights, that's how I wanna live my life. Is that Ight? Wake up while the sun's still bright, that's how I wanna live my life. Is that Ight? No time spent on timelines. I got me a good book. I told Angel good looks. No selfies, just say hi. I'm so healthy, a lie.
That was Jack Harlow. Is that I?
Yes, it's one of the songs I did enjoy.
Yeah, man. Like it's just like a fun, like in the car, like summer day, driving to the beach. Like, you know, I want to have 10 girlfriends and no wife. Is that right?
I mean, you already do, but hey.
Fuck you, Denny.
I was just saying, hey, bro, hey, you keep fucking. It's all good, bro. We support
Whoa.
No?
I'm a virgin. I say your track of the week. Fuck out of here.
I'm just saying. All right. Well, my track of the week. It's a journey that Alex hasn't had to find love. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you, Joe.
It is Her Journey.
All the times you thought you'd never make it through, felt just like the world just turned its back on you. Didn't stop you. All the times you could have given in and given up, times you didn't know if you were strong enough. Still you got through. Somehow it's all part of the plan. Journey, the journey, the journey. It's the journey, it's the getting there to where you're going to. Go through hell, but still you're gonna make it through. It's the fire that they can't put out inside. It's a hell of a ride. All the times they thought that they could hold you back, but you've always known there was no chance of that. You're made too strong, and when you're going with your heart, you can go farther than you'd ever thought possible. Prove them all wrong. It's a part of a bigger plan. Journey, journey.
And that was Her, the Journey, or Journey. I think it's Journey. Okay. You heard that song?
No, I actually had not heard that yet. No.
Wow. That was from 2 weeks ago, Alex. You're behind.
I actually am very behind.
Yeah, you are. You definitely are. But the only reason why I chose the song is just because of obviously the message behind it, but the vocals of her. I don't think if there's a song that she's as vocal as this one, showing her range. And for me, I love when somebody's the passion, the vocals, everything was there. So I really wanted to share this song, and I thought you listened to it, but it just shows me how much of a fan you are.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, at least at least he made some of the Jack Harlow fans happy, since some of them were mad because you shit on his first album that he came out with.
Yeah, those comments on TikTok were crazy.
They were crazy, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, they were lullabies, but
like the wordplay is so much more
better, absolutely better,
elegant. Like even the pronunciation, like he was actually having fun rapping. Like it was like what I knew him from before that album drop. But that album drop was such a fucking industry project. Like it just felt like it was like the industry was like all like the record label was like, oh, we gotta make you pop, and then it didn't work, and they're like, all right, start rapping again.
Yeah. So I mean, this time he didn't add the word semen to his lyrics. So
please don't do that, Jack. Please, you were like it didn't need semen.
It did not need semen.
It didn't need semen.
It did not need semen. So. All right, man. Well, this was a great episode. A lot of great conversation, to be honest, Alex. Regardless of me shitting on your love life, I do hope you find love, Alex. You're making me feel bad. I don't want the people to think I'm an asshole, because I am. But I do hope you do find love, Alex, because like I said, we're tired. We need to find people who are in stable relationships, because there's a lot of motherfuckers out there with that one.
Hey man, I'd rather be single than be in a fucked up relationship. I'll tell you that much.
What I'm saying, like
I see people outside and I'm like, oh, that's what you willingly want to be dealing with, that's do your thing. But I have a lot of self-respect. I'm not interested in tolerating shit that I might have been more like inclined to back in the day. Like, we're fucking adults. Do your fucking thing and then come home.
That's fair. Exactly. Do you fucking thing? I mean, there's a lot of things they're gonna be doing out there.
I meant like work and life and like get your ass back home.
I'm
not talking about those bitches that be winking at dudes that have an iPhone in front of them.
That's a little contradicting because what if you find yourself a girl from the porn industry?
Oh God!
Eye winking and eye rolling and all kinds of shit.
I actually asked Jess. I was like, "What would you do if I like dated like a porn star? Like, what would you say?" But she's like, "Well, I mean," and she tried to do the political answer, and I was like, "No. What would you actually think? Like, don't give me the what's like your choice. Like, no. What would you actually think?" And I was like, "Oh, she would not be a fan."
You have to really think about it. It's just like your boy is beating his meat to your girl's video.
there's a Patreon discussion to be had about that concept, but it's not about porn.
Oh, wow, Alex, this is why you're a nasty man.
No. It's just like the real conversation of like when somebody has a girlfriend that has an OnlyFans, and then like there's dudes that they know pay for their girl's stuff.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Some people be using like a real username and shit.
I don't know how many times you gotta say, us men, we're pretty stupid. We're pretty stupid.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because I feel like they think it's like, oh, if I pay her enough, maybe she'll date me.
Like I said,
bro, it's tricking. It's the whole concept of tricking. That's what they're doing.
It's like I said, we're pretty stupid.
Who could we have for that Patreon? Because I want to have fun on that episode.
Chris.
Oh, Chris McGowan, 100%. Yo, Chris, this is your formal invitation. You're on a Patreon episode for sure.
Definitely.
And there's a paywall, so like your career will be fine.
Your career will be fine. That is true. Would you ever date?
Unless they happen to have $2.99.
Would you have a girlfriend that like freshly in the industry because you're still young?
Like she's 18 and she's already done like 6 videos in the first 3 months, and she's like trending on TikTok. Like they're like, oh my gosh, she's a top porn star.
And then your homeboys are just like, damn, bro, I got beating myself to this fucking video of your girl. No?
Nah, imagine your boy pulls up and like he has like your girl's shirt, like a porn star shirt, like those those like shirts that they do for like NBA players, but like it's your girl.
You know what?
Ask your brother if he would date a girl who had an OnlyFans.
Really? Would you date a girl who had OnlyFans? What if she was only selling feet?
Oh. No. We're talking.
That's light.
Okay. What if she was like, jumping on a dragon dick? Oh, hi, mom. Hi. Look at the timing.
God's plan.
All right. We got a special guest. Special guest.
Hi, Genesis.
Yes.
Look at her. Hi. She's like that guy's nuts.
All right, man. But yeah, it was a great pod, man. Definitely.
My final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Back to I thought it was different. I definitely say is now with the opportunities now that you're older, definitely take those chances. Don't be afraid. There's always things called hobbies. Take it as a hobby. Fail at least instead of dying and taking to your grave that you never did it. I think that's my final thought.
Yeah, man. Kind of piggybacking off that, it's embracing change and having the wherewithal to continue to enter your 30s with an even more open mind and understanding that like shit isn't always going to work out how you think it's going to work out, but it'll work out how it should. So trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
Be the most genuine version of yourself.
Yes.
When now that we're hitting our 30s, like there's really no reason for you to be anything other than yourself. And if somebody doesn't fuck with you for who you are, then just you don't need them. Like
God's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, God's plan.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to say to now. Like anytime something happens, like God's plan. Like,
yeah, man. Also because Drake made a song, but
don't. When Drake comes on, I'm just gonna tell him like, yo, I want you to know, man. Aubrey, I want you to know Denny is talking mad shit about you. Imagine I call him Aubrey. Hey, Obs.
Look, this guy.
What if I call him Obs?
I bet. Do you remember him biting the pillow? Because I mean, he got the merch.
That's disgusting. First of all, I had merch that you get from the Las Vegas store. I didn't have no fucking overnight bag.
Look, if you bit the pillow, Aubrey, allegedly, right?
Obs.
Hey fam, if you ever fucking say Obs, if you ever have Drake on the pod, I'm a personally just remove you from the pod for that.
You ever seen those AI videos where Drake's talking? Like, there's one where he was like, "Oh, like Drake has a podcast."
No.
Okay, I'm gonna play this one for you, and then we'll wrap it up so we can get out of here. This is gonna be a fun way to end the pod with Obs. This is definitely Obs.
A lover boy, in every sense of the phrase. But sometimes I just want to be treated like a queen, you know, get a manicure, make my nails look all cute. But geez, Louise, you don't find girls like that anymore, right? I'm a prize. So it's only right that I'm treated like one. Am I right? Let me tell you guys a story. I was at the airport. This was before I got the private jet. I was at the airport sipping my soy caramel latte. I locked eyes with the girl. It was magical. I dreamed about us running through fields of dandelions together. Shit was romantic, you know, but it was love at first sight. On the plane, I couldn't stop thinking about her. It definitely got the creative juices flowing.
Yo!
Landed, I told 40 we were going to the studio, and I wrote Best I Ever Had. Now, here's a good question. Who should pay on the first date, the man or the woman? Holy moly, this could definitely get difficult, but here's what I think. It's not about who pays, but it's about how the both of you are feeling spiritually. Do you feel me? It's about the vibrations that the two parties are feeling.
That's Obs, dog. That's Obs.
That's Obs.
That's Obs, bro. Aubrey Poo.
You know what, man? Don't you ever.
That was Aubrey Poo. Do you see that fucking Drake takes some of the wildest photos, man. Like we could never get away with doing that.
No, we can't. We can't. We will get slandered to the end of our days.
That one group chat we're in would absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dude, they fucking just do. That one thing I read you, the text I read you, that you didn't see that they sent about me, like, oh, Alex, da 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 da. Like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely make our photo the cover of that chat.
Oh yeah, new intro next week.
New intro. Okay, I'm down for this.
Well, that is it for episode 123. There's a beauty in transparency. There's a beauty in discrepancy. This is royalty with love.
Peace.